There were 1,040 or something like that, more or less. At least it was more than 1,000. It was the last batch. There is so much all the time. Most of the time, it takes so long like that. So many photographs like that. I don't think I complain about working. I could go photographing all day long. I would never feel bored if I can discover something new and beautiful. And it is many hours when I can afford to go out and take photographs. Many, many hours. And come back with many, many hundreds or more than many thousands. But I don't always have time to do that. So now and then, if I can afford to go out and do it, it will last, for every day, for a long, long time, until I have the next batch to give to them. Most of them mix the old ones and the new ones. So you could never know where I have taken those photographs. And even if you're with me, you might miss them too, on the ground or on the trees. I just have a very keen eye because I love them. I love the trees, the flowers, even the grass flowers, so tiny, tiny. Maybe just 1 millimeter kind of grass flower, but when I take them into my camera and come home and edit them, oh, they become beautiful and lovely, lovely, lovely. They become more visible, of course. The beauty is already there, just more visible on the screen. And the editing time for me also takes, many, many hours for every batch. Every batch could be 100, more or less, or 200 photographs. And it takes a long time. Every day I do some. I'm not like professionally just worrying about photography. And then I also told you that I'm very frustrated because the camera is so brilliant when showing the photo. When it comes to the PC and comes to another PC, then it looks completely different. And many times I don't recognize the color is completely different. It's only 30% of the real color in my photograph. So you see, sometimes I feel I waste so much time. But I could not help it. I just want to show people that nature is so beautiful and worth preserving. Yes, that is my idea. Apart from me loving nature and loving beauty in nature, with nature, and by nature, of nature. Thank God I have some talented editors who help to kind of restore some part of the beauty that would otherwise have been lost through the computer's less complete program. We are trying different PCs. Perhaps someday we will have one that can completely capture the photographs that I have been diligently taken, thanking the trees and flowers, and coming home, diligently editing them to render them the justice that they deserve, and to speak out loud for them through my lens that nature is truly, truly wonderful. They can show themselves the real color when you love them with your camera. I always praise them. Oh, you're beautiful, beautiful. Thank God that keeps you, makes you so beautiful. And thank you for letting me make you immortal on my TV screen. And they're very happy. You can see, if you pay attention, you can see most of my photographs have souls. They seem to lean onto each other, talk to each other, holding each other's hands, or comforting each other, or wanting to embrace, reaching out in some way. I see it all the time. I hope you really pay attention and read the language behind the lens, making you feel more happy looking at them, more appreciative of what God created for us. Please don't destroy any more wildlife, wild forest, wild nature anywhere, but preserve them, protect them, nurture them so that they can bring more happiness and health and wonder into your life. That's why I love to take nature photographs. I love everything else as well, but I can't just do too many things and everything. You know, we have only limited time in our life, in every day, and I have so many things to do. Even if I have team members, many of them also sometimes need help, need family comfort, or need help in times of trouble. So I'm also quite busy, like a normal, mundane person, taking care of family and friends and dog, birds, people, even from a distance. We keep the love line alive, and I always feel like I have them with me. I feel close to them, like I'm not lonely at all, even if I don't see them. And I talk to them a lot, all the time, mostly, inside and outside. So they know that they are not neglected or unloved or abandoned, anything like that. I make sure they have whatever they need, the food, medicine whenever necessary, and all the comfort in their own home. They have their own room. They also have a cage when they like to go inside there for comfort and security feeling. They have warm blankets in winter. They have cold blankets in summer. And also they have enough coolness, depending on where they live, with the modern technology, like with aircon, with fans, so they can feel breezy like in nature. And they can walk with the assistance. They can rest on the grass or walk around the trees, among the trees, within the tall grass, and they like it very much. If you can afford to take your dog person, sometimes out of the apartment, into the park or into the forest, please do, yes. But make sure that you are safe together, yeah? Maybe have a little walking stick in case some big wild animal person comes, and you can just prevent them from coming with a stick. Don't beat them, it's just you have a stick and you wave it, and they know. They will probably be afraid or at least back off and leave you and your dog people alone. If you can, better go with another or a couple more family members or friends, yeah? Go where you know is safe, okay? Right. And remember, your animal people, mostly they're from nature, from the wild. So do not try to provoke them till they cannot bear anymore. Be gentle, be firm, be loving, be kind, and be considerate of their feelings and of their, mental or bodily nature. Yeah, they're not completely human the way you think they should be, but they love you till the end of the world. No one would love you more than your dog, your cat, your bird, your duck, your turkey, your goose people, your wild swan people that you became acquainted with. They will come running to you when you come home. Any of them. And the cow people even. There was one person who said that for 8 years he didn't see the cow person that he used to come to visit at that center. 8 years later, he didn't think he would remember him. No, when he came, the cow person came running and kind of rammed his head into that visitor. For 8 years, they didn't see each other. He went running and rammed his head into his chest because he recognized him and was so happy to see him. Many animal people are like that. If you're close to them and love them, they will never forget you. And even if your kids love dog people, but the dog people sometimes could be very unpredictable. If they see something or they hear something that's dangerous to the kid or to you, they would, kind of escape from the leash, from your hand and run to that area. So it could be too sudden that you might not have enough time to react and you might fall down and hurt yourself. Likewise, you must always take care that your kids are with you and just let them take the leash of the dog person for a short time with you always. Never leave your kid alone with the dog person, even though the dog person looks very gentle, domesticated, and very reliable. But you never know what the dog person has to do. You never know what's coming to you. The dog person sees it, knows it, hears it before you even realize it. And he might jump too fast for your protection. Some even invisible beings like ghosts and all that, the dog people can see, you cannot. And if these ghosts want to go by near you and harm you in some way, the dog person will bark frantically and take himself, run away from your leash, from your hand. You might not see anything, but he sees everything. The dog person sees everything, so please don't punish him, don't scold him. Why he just runs away from you and barks so loud, yet nothing like that. If you have time and you love dog people, you should study a little bit more about how to train the dog person, how to feed the dog person. There are many foods that are poison for them. For example, let your kids know, okay? Let your children know so they don't poison them by chance. Going back to Ching Hai commented that people, the humans, must practice the Kuan Yin meditation in order to have lasting peace. It means, of course, at least beyond here. But after I heard that, after I heard his second explanation, I did not feel happy. First I thought, we can do Kuan Yin meditation and dedicate some hours for the world, but Ching Hai said that's not enough for everyone. It could help, to pacify the world somehow, but it's not for every individual who doesn't do it. It could be helpful for their relatives, their friends, their intimate connections with the Kuan Yin practitioner, but not for the whole world, because how many people practice the Kuan Yin meditation anyway? That's what made me feel sad. I just thought that to myself, and then I told him that I even just advised him to have a vegan diet so that they can have no karma of killing, so they won't get killed so painfully in any way. Just that, and they couldn't do it. If the whole world becomes vegan, then we have peace already, at least in this lifetime, in this world. And if they all follow and do the Kuan Yin method, oh my God, then we will have heaven right away. Because all my so-called disciples, God's disciples, have known this. And they're thanking me to no end for changing their lives into a heavenly way of life. But how am I going to convince the whole world that has been so sick already, mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, been so poisoned so deeply since long time, since times immemorial already? So I was so sad. I was thinking, all right, we probably can never have long-lasting peace. Maybe peace someday here and then no peace the other day there. We have witnessed it ever since, at least in this lifetime, or we can read the history, or we can see it in documentary films, that humans have never really learned to have peace with each other. There's always war, for any reason or for no reason at all. So I was thinking my poor disciples meditate so much, all their time spent on it. Even if many animal people come to me repeatedly, a lot more these recent days than usual, I don't ask them. But today I did ask. I said, who told you this? Who told you about peace and told me not to worry? She said that a brother told her. I said, which brother? I have so many in my group, many brothers, many sisters. Which one? She said, no, a brother from heaven. Is probably a brother bird who passed on from this world, but is now in heaven, and they are connecting with each other still.